Yet despite the transatlantic arms bridges and the urgent American intervention, the undeniable truth remained. Egypt had won. The victory was not merely in crossing the canal or destroying the Bar-Lev line, or in the steadfastness of the Third Army, but in changing the balance of power in the Middle East forever. Egypt forced a new reality. Israel, for the first time, realized its military superiority was not absolute, and that Arab blood could shatter the myth of the invincible army.
بعد ما رفضت وقف إطلاق النار 5 مرات، 3 مرات من الاتحاد السوفيتي، مرة للسفير البريطاني لما صحاني في الفجر يوم 13، الخمسة لما جاء رئيس وزراء الاتحاد السوفيتي كسيجن إلى مصر وقعد 4 أيام عشان يقنعني بوقف إطلاق النار. كل هذا رفضته.
The United States, meanwhile, found itself facing a new dilemma. Its unconditional support for Israel triggered a fierce Arab response, an oil embargo that crippled Western economies and forced Washington to reconsider its strategies in the Middle East.
Second, there was a failure to foresee and to understand the oil embargo and its implications and how that would play out. And I want to say just a word about that because it actually is part of the 1973 war that most affected ordinary Americans. People woke up and thought, my gosh, a crisis in the Middle East affects my daily life. Few of you are old enough to remember what it was like to be in the gas lines in those days, and people didn't like it.
Was before the war, the Saudis did not, as Bill indicated, view oil as a weapon, as a political weapon, but in fact, they reached that decision right during the war, especially after the airlift to Israel, and they began to use oil as a political weapon. And again, that was, we thought that was unlikely because of their position on Islam and against Arab nationalism. The last point I want to make was that the 73 war really sowed the seeds for fundamental changes that rocked the region for the end, not only through the end of the decade, but through the end of that last century.